It was one of those mornings where the world felt too busy, too loud, and too cold for anyone who moved slowly. The city bank lobby buzzed with the clatter of heels, rushed conversations, and impatient sighs. People in suits checked their watches, scrolling through their phones, their eyes full of numbers and deadlines instead of humanity. And there, pushing open the heavy glass door with trembling hands, came Miss Evelyn Carter, 73 years old, proud back slightly bent but never broken, wearing her Sunday church hat and her neatly pressed coat that she ironed herself every morning. Her purse clutched tight to her side, she walked slowly across the floor, her cane tapping with every step, as if announcing her presence to a world that had forgotten people like her. She didn't come here often. She preferred handling things on her own and only came to the bank when necessary. But today was different. Today she needed to withdraw a large amount, money she had saved for years to help her grandson start his college journey. Evelyn had never asked the world for kindness. She had worked hard, cleaned houses when she needed to, sold homemade pies, worked in schools as a lunch lady, and did everything she could to make sure her family always rose, no matter how heavy the weight was. But today, she would learn that sometimes strength isn't enough when the world decides you don't belong. She reached the counter and offered a gentle smile to the young woman behind the desk, who barely lifted her gaze from her screen. "Good morning, dear," Evelyn said softly. "I'd like to withdraw $8,000, please." The bank teller finally looked up, expression stiff as if smiling was against company policy. "Account number?" she demanded. Evelyn handed her the slip, hands slightly shaking. "I saved it up myself," she added proudly, like she was offering a piece of her life, because in truth she was. The teller typed for a few moments, eyebrows knitting, and then suddenly her lip curled in suspicion. "Ma'am, this is a large withdrawal. Are you sure you know what you're doing?" Evelyn blinked. "Yes, baby, I know what I'm doing. We don't usually authorize withdrawals like this without proof of purpose," the teller continued, voice loud enough for 3 people nearby to turn. Evelyn felt heat rise in her face as whispers rippled. "Proof? It's my money. You people always try this," the teller snapped quietly, leaning forward. "Scams, fake accounts, pretending you forgot your PIN. I've seen it before. You people." The word stabbed sharper than knives. Evelyn felt suddenly small, like she was 13 again being told she didn't belong in a store, like she was 30 again trying to rent an apartment and being met with excuses, like she was 50 begging a doctor to take her symptoms seriously. "Excuse me?" Evelyn whispered, voice tight with hurt. "I've banked here for 15 years. And suddenly you want to withdraw $8,000, the teller shot back. "We need to protect the bank. Fraud is common with the elderly." The pause on elderly wasn't about age. It was coded, heavy, cold. Eyes continued watching. Someone chuckled behind her. Evelyn's heart beat faster. Her grandson worked so hard, got accepted to college, and she wanted to surprise him with the tuition money. This wasn't supposed to be humiliating. "Please," she said, voice trembling. I need this money for my grandson." The teller rolled her eyes so hard it felt like a slap. "Everyone has a story, ma'am. Step aside. You're holding up the line." And before Evelyn could move, the teller waved for the next customer. Just like that. Like she wasn't there. Like she was invisible. A lump formed in her throat as she shuffled aside, clutching her purse to her chest as if someone might rip it away just because they felt they had the right. She blinked fast. She refused to cry here, not in front of strangers who looked at her like she was a burden. But then she heard a calm voice, strong and deep, cut through the tension like a blade. "Is that how you treat senior citizens? In this bank?" It was quiet, steady, and instantly recognizable. Heads turned. Whispers spread like sparks catching dry leaves. The man wasn't towering in height but in presence. Broad shoulders, firm stance, shaved head, wearing casual clothes but somehow looking more powerful than anyone in the room. It was Vin Diesel, or at least the version of him the world knew. Confident, intense, someone who never walked away from injustice. No cameras, no crowds, just him, as if fate had placed him there in that exact moment. The teller straightened immediately, fake smile snapping into place. "Oh, Mr. Diesel, I didn't realize—" "You didn't realize what?" he asked, eyes sharp, voice calm but deadly serious. "That she's a human being." A murmur spread across the lobby. Evelyn froze, stunned. Why would someone like him notice someone like her? She tried to speak, but her jaw trembled. "Sir," the teller began nervously, "we just have policies and she—" "I heard everything." Vin didn't raise his voice. He didn't need to. "You humiliated this woman. You assumed she didn't deserve dignity, and you dismissed her like she was nothing. Well, she didn't have proper verification, and she has a bank card, she has identification. The only thing she doesn't seem to have is your respect." The teller swallowed hard. People started recording, but Vin didn't. Look at them. His focus stayed on Evelyn like she was the only person he saw. "Ma'am," he said softly, "did you come here to get your money?" Evelyn nodded, voice barely a whisper. "Yes." "Then she's going to get it," Vin said, turning back to the teller. "And you're going to apologize." The teller flushed with embarrassment and fear. I'm sorry, ma'am," she stuttered. Evelyn didn't respond right away. She felt too many emotions all at once. Humiliation, gratitude, disbelief. Vin turned to her gently. "Would you like me to stand with you while you finish your withdrawal?" Evelyn squeezed her purse strap, eyes watery. "You don't need to trouble yourself, baby," she whispered. "I've handled worse things in my life than a rude bank teller." "Maybe," he said with a warm, respectful nod. "But you shouldn't have to handle it alone today." And for the first time since stepping into that cold bank lobby, Evelyn felt her spine straighten, her chin lift just a little higher. Not because someone defended her, but because someone finally saw her. And as she stepped back toward the counter, something shifted in the room. Whispers faded. Respect filled the air where mockery had stood. The story didn't end there, not even close. Because what Vin Diesel didn't know, and what nobody in that bank knew yet, was that this moment would unravel secrets, spark unexpected alliances, and reveal a truth deeper than humiliation or heroism. Evelyn Carter wasn't just a woman trying to withdraw money. She was a woman with a past more powerful than anyone realized. And before this day ended, the whole city would know it. But for now, she simply turned to the camera lenses pointed her way, breath steady, pride returning, and whispered, "Stand for something or fall for anything." As she signed the withdrawal form with shaky hands, Vin stood beside her like a shield carved from steel. And across the lobby, the teller swallowed hard, because something told her this wouldn't be the end of it. Now, if you're watching this video right now, tell me in the comments where in the world you're watching from. Hit that like button, subscribe, and share, because this story is just getting started. And trust me, you don't want to miss what comes next.